So you can come onto your mat, and we're actually going to start standing up on your yoga mat. And this is a feel-good yoga flow. So not only is it about receiving the benefit from the practice, but it's what we call the top down and bottom up. So from moving our body and changing our shape will change our state from the bottom up, but we can also change our mind, and that can then filter down. And these are some of the NLP understandings that Michael will share in the mind performance coaching, and I've certainly fallen in love with them. So thinking about a time when you felt really good, stand tall. We've done this before. Lift the chest and open the arms, and just go back to a time when you remember feeling so good. For me, there's an incredible concert that I went to. There's also times of just incredible connections with friends, with family. I was looking through the Facebook feed going, wow, everyone seemed to have a great Christmas, a really precious Christmas, and felt so good about sharing time with family and friends. So just go back to that time. And whenever we go there in our mind, our physiology awakens those same sensations and hormones, and you start to feel good. So just revivifying this experience and then turning it up, brightening it, as if you had your hand on a dimmer switch, and just turn it up, make it brighter, more vibrant, make it radiant. That memory, whether you see it, whether you feel it, it doesn't matter. And of course, a smile is always going to help as well. And then what we're going to do is this little bit of shaking. So just shaking the hands, dipping down and clearing out any obstruction to feeling good. So it's something that Tony Robbins does. He only gives himself 90 seconds to wallow in misery or whatever it is. So we naturally do this in an unconscious way in negative ways, but here we're doing it in a positive way. So shake out any obstructions and just stay standing and shake it, shake it, shake it, and even shaking your booty, shaking your arms. And if you feel silly, then awesome. But what will happen as you then come to stand, notice this tingling and buzzing and how alive you feel, and then say to yourself, oh, feels so good. Put a bit of intonation in it. Oh, whew, feels so good. I'm going to feel a bit like Jane Fonda, I think, in this class. All right, so you can come to stand at the front of your mat and bring the hands to namaste. Take an inhale and sweep the arms out and up. Bring the palms to touch and exhale to forward fold. And as you do this already, greeting your hamstrings and greeting them with a warmth, with a compassion, with yes, it feels so good to move my body, to be on my mat. Look at me go. All right, then let's take, it doesn't really matter which, I'm not going to be mirroring you. So take the right leg all the way back to the back of the mat and turn the back heel in and down and come on up into a Virabhadrasana 2. And just starting to move the body. So inhale and taking the reverse warrior, and exhale into Parshvakonasana, just an easy version, and back and forth a few times. And again, just bring in this sense of how good it feels to move your body, to clear the cobwebs away. A couple more times, or we'll just do it one more time. Exhaling down, and then bring the hands onto the floor to the inside of the left foot, and then walk the hands over to the inside of the right foot. So we're in this skandasana, a high skandasana position. And now moving back and forth a few times. So here's a bit of fancy footwork, but I know you've got this. So turn the toes in and inhaling to come into a reverse warrior. And exhaling the hands down to the inside of the left foot and then the inside of the right foot. So like a wave moving. And we'll go back and forth a few times. So some of you who are maybe used to this movement, it is a bit of a favorite of mine. You might even like to not use your hands and just allow them to sweep from side to side. And we'll do this twice more, inhaling. And even if you get lost or whatever, just think of it as interpretive dance. It doesn't really matter. What matters is that it feels good to you. The feel good flow. All right, last one, coming down. And we'll even sink down lower here. So we've got the left toes pointing up. And then taking a twist, inhale and take the left arm to the sky. I've got this right heel lifted. Feel free to have it down if you wanted to. And exhale the left arm down. Then inhale the right arm up. It's not going to feel as good. And then exhaling down. Inhale the left arm up again and just linger there for a moment, like a sunflower, just dialing to find the light, opening out. And then exhaling the hand down, walk yourself forward and coming forward to a lunge position. Plant the hands and stretching back into a three-legged dog. So bend the knee, heel to the buttock and opening through the pelvis. We're kind of diving right in here, but if you're able to, travel forward through a side plank and lower down into a wild thing position. So I'm doing all my favorite poses today because they feel so good to me, but it may not feel like that to you. So feel free to rearrange. Okay, come down, hips down onto the floor. And now we've got our left knee bent up and the right leg is straight. So you could hold here. We're actually going to go into a forward fold. So go ahead and take the left leg out to the side and fold yourself forward and down. Just a couple of breaths here, melting in. And again, so you could take vitamins and go, oh, these don't work, or this is such a waste of time. Or you could take vitamins and go, oh, these are going to make me feel amazing. So can you do this yoga pose with that same attitude? Oh, hamstring, you are going to feel amazing after this. And see how it changes things. Awesome. All right, then placing the left foot onto the floor and we'll travel forward, both hands either side of the right foot now. So you're in a lunge position facing to the back of the mat. Turn the back heel in and down and coming on up into your Virabhadrasana 2 again. Beautiful. So remember this movement, inhaling and make it feel good. So like there's oil in the joints, or maybe like you're moving through water or moving through honey, depending on your preferences. Is there some way? So I've got some beautiful essential oil on today and I can smell that as I'm moving. There's this, I choose things that make me feel good. That's why my office looks as it does. What lights me up. One last time, inhaling. And then exhaling, both hands down to the inside of the right foot. And then switching to the inside of the left foot. And we go back and forth a few times. So use the hands for support as much as you need to. Make it a smooth, gliding movement, but more than that, make it pleasurable. Make it enjoyable, which is a choice. You can choose to really enjoy this movement, this moment. You can enjoy feeling lost if you feel lost. You can enjoy feeling a stretch. You can enjoy feeling the texture of the mat. Enjoy that you made it here today, made it through to week 3 of our challenge. So then coming all the way down and into this skandasana, low skandasana, if that's okay for your knees. And then inhale, the right arm open to the sky. And exhaling down. And then the left arm. And even though there might be a little bit of resistance there, can you sprinkle some joy? Exhale the hand down. Hold with the right arm up. And open and twist and open. Maybe you can feel good just because it's Saturday, it's the weekend. Woo, yes, it's the weekend. That feels good. Great. And then lowering yourself down. So we'll walk all the way forward to, well, forward's a bit subjective at the moment, but we're walking to the right foot, planting the hands either side of the right foot and stretching up. Downward facing dog with the right leg lifted, and then travel forward a little so that you can flip over into wild thing, or it has other names, but choose what lights you up, and then lowering yourself down onto the mat. So we have our right leg bent up and then opening it to the side. Come into this Janushasana position. Forward fold. And have a bowing through the head. Maybe softening and surrendering all of the frontal lobe chatter that really wants to keep us safe or is looking for danger, is looking for, so it's the pessimists who thrived, sadly, in an evolutionary sense. But we can learn some optimism. You can learn to make this feel good just by infusing that flavor of awareness, of remember that time as we hold here for the last few breaths. Just go back to that memory when you felt so good from the beginning of class. What was that memory? Awaken it here, brighten it, lighten it. You can then make your way up, stretching the legs out and laying down onto your back. And you may like to take a bridge pose or wheel pose. Whatever back bend brings you joy. And again, can you love doing it? Maybe give a little, woo, feels so good. Maybe smiling. Can you smile here? And maybe it just feels good when you come down, and that's fine as well. So if you wanted to, a little counter pose with knees into the chest, but otherwise just going into your Shavasana. And as you spread your awareness through your body, start to notice the areas that do feel good, that you've opened, that you've primed for this positive emotion, positive sensation. And again, then amplify it, turn it up. Make it brighter, make it more vibrant, make it 3D, surround sound. Just turn it up. And then you might like to anchor that feeling by touching the thumb and ring finger together I choose the left hand, but you can choose one that works for you. So feel that energy, that intensity of pleasure, of joy, of that positive emotion, and anchor that. And that you can fire this anchor at any time when you need to remember this state. So you touch them together and then release them. Take a long breath through the belly, opening, softening through the belly. And then you can hug in, bring the knees into the chest, embracing yourself. Good job, good job. Rolling to the side and making your way up to a seated position. And naturally, we are insanely lucky to be in a country, a society where we're feeling quite safe. So let's send our blessings out, send that good feeling, that good juju out across the planet. So please join me with one Om if you dare, opening the arms out as you Om. So take a long inhale, send the good out as you Om. Take a long inhale. Feel already that good energy, good vibration through your body, and that you can carry this through your day and just sprinkle it everywhere. You've tapped into the wellspring. You can share it out with all the beings who need it most today. Namaste. Thank you so very much for your practice. Thank you. I have to fly. So, and I really absolutely